Once, a man named Arthur lived in a town. He was a businessman. His mother had passed away before his father. Now, he was alone. He didn't marry. His friends said he should marry, but he always said,
"First, I want to expand my business. After that, I will marry for sure."
Arthur had two servants, Jack and Michael. Jack was the cook, and Michael did the sweeping and cleaning. Both worked hard, but they often did tasks incorrectly. Arthur scolded them but also took care of them. One morning, Arthur got up and got ready for the office. He stepped into the kitchen. Jack quickly served breakfast. Arthur took a sip of tea and made a face.
"Jack, this is too sweet."
He picked up a boiled egg and frowned.
"Hard-boiled? I want it soft."
Then he grabbed a piece of toast. It was burnt. Arthur sighed.
"Jack, do I ever get a proper breakfast?"
Jack looked nervous.
I thought you would like it today, sir."
Arthur shook his head.
"Please do it right next time."
He got up and left for work. One evening, Arthur was reading a book in the lounge. Jack brought him tea and went to the kitchen. Arthur took a sip and placed the cup on the side table. He noticed dust on it. He narrowed his eyes and called out,
"Michael!"
Michael rushed in.
"Yes, sir."
Arthur pointed at the table.
"You didn't dust this?"
Michael scratched his head.
"Sorry, sir. I forgot this table."
Arthur shook his head.
"Make sure it doesn't happen again."
On Sunday night, Arthur dressed up, looked in the mirror, and smiled. He grabbed his things and walked into the kitchen.
"Jack, I'm invited somewhere. Cook for yourself and Michael."
He said. Jack nodded.
Okay, sir."
Arthur turned and left. A little later, Michael entered the kitchen.
"Where did sir go?"
Jack replied.
He went out for dinner.
Michael sat down with a smile.
"Oh, thank God. Now we can enjoy. I'm making coffee."
Jack smiled and nodded. Michael added,
"Please make chicken vegetable rice and rice porridge. And don't forget the yogurt."
Jack cooked while Michael made coffee. They sat down to eat. As they ate, Michael sighed.
"I sweep the floor and dust the furniture. I do my work properly. But sir always finds something wrong."
Jack sighed.
It's the same for me. If the food is a little salty or not enough, he scolds me. If the eggs are a bit hard or the tea is slightly sweet, he still complains.
Michael shook his head.
No matter what we do, he always has something to say.
A few days later, Arthur called Michael and Jack to the lounge.
I have invited a business friend for dinner tonight. Everything should be perfect. Michael, clean the house properly. Jack, make sure every dish tastes just right. Nothing too much or too little.
Jack nodded.
Got it, sir.
Both quickly got to work. That night, Mr. Harry arrived with his wife and 2 kids, Ava and Archie. After some talking over tea, Arthur went to the kitchen. Jack was dishing out rice, and Michael was setting the dining table.
Is everything ready?
Arthur asked. Jack nodded.
Yes, sir. Just 5 more minutes.
Arthur nodded and left. Soon, Jack entered the drawing room.
Please come for dinner.
They all sat at the dining table. Archie picked up a plate, looked confused, and asked,
Uncle, can I get a tissue? There is some water on my plate.
Arthur stared at Michael for a moment, but said softly,
Michael, wipe the plate.
Michael quickly grabbed a tissue from the box and wiped it. They started eating. Ava took a bite of custard, then frowned.
I can't eat this. It's too sweet.
Mr. and Mrs. Harry looked embarrassed. Mrs. Harry said,
No, dear. It's fine.
but Ava put the bowl down. Arthur sighed and stared at Jack. Jack lowered his head. After the guests left, Arthur crossed his arms.
This was embarrassing. I should have ordered food from outside.
Michael and Jack stood silently.
Now go.
Arthur said firmly. They walked to the kitchen. Jack crossed his arms.
I did everything perfectly. The custard wasn't even that sweet.
He took a bite, then made a face.
Oh no! This is pure sugar.
Michael shook his head.
There was just a little water on one plate. And he still scolded me.
One evening, Arthur went to a nearby village with Jack and Michael for some work. On their way back, the car's tire punctured.
Oh no.
Arthur sighed.
We will have to walk.
They stepped out and started toward town. As they passed through a village, a man carrying a heavy sack was walking behind Arthur. Just as Arthur turned to say something to Jack and Michael, he accidentally bumped into the man. The sack fell, and grass spilled everywhere. Arthur felt embarrassed.
I'm sorry.
Then he turned to Jack and Michael.
Pick up the grass. And fill the sack.
They quickly did as told. The villager thanked them and walked away. Michael asked,
Sir, you scold us all the time. But you apologized to him. Why?
Arthur smiled.
I scold you when you make mistakes. But this was my fault. He was carrying a load. And I should have been careful.
Michael nodded. And they continued walking.